everyone, happy new year to you. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Tammy. Welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you so much for continuously supporting me. Today we're gonna get right to it. This is my first makeup video in so long because I didn't do much makeup videos last year, so we're getting right back to our makeup videos and I'm so excited. So today we're going to be talking about and showing you and creating a look using some products which are my go-to makeup products that I used all 2023, all last year. Pretty much the makeup that I kept going back to, picking up and using over and over again every single time that I would wear makeup, you know, behind the camera. Mind you, this is not going to be a full face. This is the type of makeup that if I'm going to work or just maybe stepping out, that it doesn't need a full beat type of makeup, that's what this is about. A full beat is gonna be probably another video, but for today, this is like my go-to. I know that, hey, I don't have much time. I have about 20 minutes maybe, and I need to just kind of beat my face a little bit, and make it look presentable. So these are the products that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I haven't had anything except for like lip balm on right now. So I'm gonna go step by step with you all and try to make it as quick as possible and share with you these products. Now, keep in mind, these products, I use them all season. Summer, winter, spring. Now I'm in winter, so it's working for me still. I used it in fall as well as during spring. So let's get into this and I stop rambling. Starting with my brows. You guys know this. I've shared this too many times actually, and I'll keep sharing it because it keeps working for me. And I don't know, it might work for you if you eventually do try it. And that is this e.l.f. soap brow here. I've tried the other one that's like a gel one. That doesn't work for me. The soap one works perfectly for me. And all you need is the soap brow or maybe a regular soap. But this works for me because it's small, it's easy to grab, and as opposed to a big bar of soap. And some water. You just spray it on. Just one, you don't need that much. And you need like a, you know, those spoolie or those combs that comes with some products, beauty products. Okay, so I already laid this brow down. If you can see, it's laid down, and all I do is I just tap on it because it's a little wet, but not too wet. And I just brush my natural brows, my hair. I brush it upward and lay it down, and it pretty much just lays down like that. That you see that white cast dries up. Once it dries up, you don't see anything. You just see that your hair is laid. You can rub it off like that and it just stays laid. What I also do is I take a little bit of my time with it so that it lays the way I actually want it to. And then the next product that I use is my Juvia's Place, which is right here. This is the brow pen. This is in the shade Ebony, and I just sort of draw small, short, light lines at the end of my brows and just create the shape that I want. When I'm done with that, then I just use the brush again, go over it again, so it sort of blends my natural hair, blends the color together, kind of gives it like a seamless look. So this is the part that's a little bit more time consuming, but the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. So just take your time. You don't want to be heavy-handed with it either, so it doesn't look too dark. You just want to draw very short, light strokes in the areas that are sparse. And I haven't added here because this is still my own natural hair, and you could kind of see how it's building up. I just kind of fill the end part and give it a good structure to my brows. So before I move on to the next one, I just want to show you the difference. I have yet to brush it down. So what I do is I just brush it down. So this is what it's looking like before I cleaned up with concealer. As you can see, it's already pretty much filled. So the only part that I have the brow pen is the end of my brows here, and this part has no product at all in it. It just lays and kind of blends seamlessly. That's how I like my brows to look. Moving on. All right, so I've done the other brow, and the next product is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish right here, and this is in the shade Rich Walnut. This is what I use to clean up my brows. It's even actually what I use majority of the time if I'm not looking to brighten my under eye, because this works perfectly for my skin tone. It's like my skin tone in a bottle technically. So what I do is I just simply take a little bit of it, use this is actually an e.l.f. brush as well. This is the small angled brush by e.l.f. and I use it, and that's what it looks like. It's just an angled brush. I just use it to line my under my brows here. I honestly can't see what I'm doing well because I'm using the viewfinder. That's how I kind of clean it up. and I'll be back. All right, so this is it afterwards. I haven't applied it here yet. I haven't cleaned this up yet. I have cleaned this up already. You guys can see the difference. It literally just brings the face together. I love a good concealer. I didn't even have to use a lot to get a good coverage. That's how much I love this e.l.f. concealer. I got a couple of backups just in case, you know, e.l.f. sometimes will not bring back some product, but I think the concealers are here to stay. But regardless, I got a couple. Sorry, there's something in my eye. All right, so the next product is my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Universal Blurring Balm. This right here, I've pretty much used, I've used it, almost finished it up. This is a really good primer, I guess. It's called a blurring balm powder with oxalate technology. I totally agree to that claim because I use this in the summer and I use it in the spring. I use it in the fall, and this gives me really good results. It's pretty much does exactly what it's supposed to do. And I simply just put it on my T-zones. I don't use too much. I stick to it and I keep using it. So yeah, this I would definitely recommend. If you're looking for a good primer that's good for, I think, combination skin, this is a good one. Don't use too much though. As you can see, it's sort of just, it's not too greasy and it's not too drying either, which is weird. The texture is just good. It's really nice. I love it. So just give it a try. So during the summer or pretty much throughout the year, I usually don't use eye primers. I kind of just use the same product, the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder, and kind of run it over my lid as well, because when I go to work and whatnot, I don't really wear eyeshadow. But I did pull out an eyeshadow when I did go out, the ones that I would do, because it would be like very simple look and whatnot. So I still didn't use eye primer even during those times, and I just sort of rely on my Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm to do what it needs to do, which it worked for me very well. Moving on though, the next thing I do is I pretty much just use my concealer to cover my dark circles. I use either the e.l.f. or I would use my Lancome Serum Concealer. This one is in the shade 505N. So this gives like a neutral undertone. I'm gonna put it next to my e.l.f. So put under my eye to cover my dark circles. I'm gonna put my e.l.f. on the other side of my eye, and both of them work very, very well. This is a little bit more thinner texture, but this has a little bit more of a thicker texture to it. So you guys see, it's very, very similar. Very similar. This is Lancome, this is e.l.f. Rich Walnut and 505N. And so I let that sit there a little bit. And then what I also do is if I wanted to wear foundation, I would wear my Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. And this is in the shade 26N. Love this foundation. That's what I would put on my face as my foundation. So I would spray my face with my Urban Decay, which is a really good product. You know how you're supposed to use a setting spray at the end of your foundation? I don't do that anymore, really. What I do is I will just use my setting spray before I apply my foundation, and I'm pretty much good for the whole day. Because my climate where I'm at, it's cold, so I don't get sweaty as much. I don't use too much either. I just use a little bit brush here. This is the Morphe E63 brush that I'm gonna use on my face, and I just blend it into my skin. So I like this foundation because it gives like skin-like texture. I really like it. And then I go over it after I use the brush just to kind of let it set in and give that skin-like look. The goal is that for me is I don't like to use too much product on my face. I think it makes, as I get older, it makes it too heavy and kind of, it clogs up my pores, and the less product that I use, the better. So in this case, this is the amount of foundation that I would use. And on other days, I don't even use any foundation. I would just cover my dark circles and then use powder. Moving on, if I wanted like brighter under eye, I would first blend this in. For really, really good full coverage, I would use a brush. This is called a precision angled brush. That's kind of what it looks like. And I would just stamp this in. So now I bring everything together again with a beauty sponge, and I just stamp it again, bringing it all on my nose just to kind of bring everything together. So once that is done, if I wanted more of a brighter under eye, I would use my Juvia's Place. I think this is a 6 or a 9, I'm not sure, but it's a little lighter as you can see there. And I'll just put it just right there. That's it. I don't like to do too much. I don't use too much. And with that, I use the brush as well alone, and I just stamp it in. I don't bring it anywhere. I just stamp it in there in that same area. this is it. I'm just gonna blend it again into my skin so that it all kind of becomes cohesive together. My skin is darker than the concealer, so I kind of use that as contour. I don't add anything else to it. I just blend around it to kind of give like a seamless look. All right, so I'm going to set my under eye with my Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. So these are the Ultra Blur Translucent Setting Powder. So I just take a little bit and I stamp it in the cover, blow it off a bit, and then just press it in and stay there. And that's simply what I do. And I don't add any more to it. And my under eye stays like that. And that's how I get like that brightening under eye effect, but subtly, if that makes sense. I do the same thing for my T-zone. Now for the rest of my face, I don't use this translucent setting powder. What I actually do use is my MAC Studio Fix foundation, which is a powder foundation in the shade NW48. That's what that looks like. This is my perfect shade, and I just use a nice fluffy brush and just bring this all together. But what I now do is my eyes, and that is I use the Chocolates by Juvia's Place. If it's for like work type stuff, I would use this shade here. But for the purpose of this video and for the purpose of if I was going out, I would use this shade and this shade. I was gonna say this, but sometimes I do use this, but it's usually this two shades. And if I want to do an all matte shade, I would use this as my lighter shade on the front part, and then this shade at the outer part of my eye. So I'm gonna set my eyes. I don't apply any product. I just simply use this to just kind of set the eye. Now take the product and just apply it to outer part of my eye lightly. And I do it very lightly because these products are very pigmented. So for the shimmer, I'm gonna go with the shimmer that I said earlier. Sort of like a cut crease, but not really, you know, because my eye shape, this is like the prettiest look for my eye shape. I don't like the way I look with other like intricate looks. And I'm using a flat brush. This was from Amazon, but you could get any flat brush, even from e.l.f. or from Eco Tools. Okay, so next is the eyeliner. I used the One Size Point Made Bodacious Black 24-hour liquid eyeliner pen. And I love this eyeliner. I have a lot of other eyeliners, but this is the one I keep going to. It works and it does what it's supposed to do. Eyeliner does not smudge. It stays on all day. Draw myself a nice little liner, and it's so thin and long. I love that. Another thing I do is I don't draw it all the way to the front. I simply stop pretty much right in the middle of my eye, and that's all I do. I don't do much. I do this with or without eyeshadow, and I love the way my eye looks with it. I mean, look at that. Okay, so now I'm gonna be doing my mascara, and I've been priming my lashes, which I'm proud of myself. I also received a Lancome. It's called the CILS Booster XL. It's also a mascara primer for your lashes, and the Lancome Idol. It's called the Idol Lash. I'm not sure what else other name it is, but it's black. And this duo gives me a nice long-lasting wear. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've tried some other lashes where they start crumbling and drying and itchy and kind of irritable or irritating to my eyes. But this, when I use a primer and I use this, even when I use this by itself, it's really comfortable to wear. So I would definitely recommend this, the Lancome primer, as well as the Lancome Lash Idol Mascara. Applying the primer first, and what I do is just sort of brush my lashes up. But when it dries clear, which is good too. It's always good to use a primer, whether you're using Lancome one or not. I really like that. I've gotten myself used to using a primer because I totally feel the difference. Not only do I see the difference, I feel the difference because my lashes don't feel dry. They don't feel clumpy. They don't feel crusty either, like crumbly, if that's the word. I'm not even sure, but it just doesn't feel uncomfortable. It feels great. So I would definitely recommend you go out and pick up a nice primer for your lashes. I've even found that it helps your lashes grow too. On a good day, if I had time, I would apply strip lashes to my eyes, but 90% of the time I don't wear lash extensions or strip lashes. I just wear my own natural lashes. Just gonna apply to here I've honestly really enjoyed wearing my own lashes. I mean, I like it a lot now. Just wanted to show you the difference. Probably like 2 to 3 coats and without my lashes, but I did put my primer on. I mean, it's given very pretty, you know? I love this look already. Okay, so this is the eyes, or these are my eyes. And now, next thing I use is my blush, which is my Danessa Myricks Golden Hour Yummy Skin Blush. This also has that obsolete technology to it, and I love that for me. I've used this so many times and I just keep going back to it and I love it. Now, you don't want to use too much, and I just simply add a little bit. Look at that. Ooh. I don't go back in here. I just add the same brush and just sort of keep going into my temple here and then blend, blend, blend. I'm still gonna go over my face one more time with my foundation brush that I had used earlier, just to kind of bring it all together again, and there's not like harshness. You guys can see that. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's all the blush that I need. I don't need more than that. Honestly, you don't need a lot. Especially this will last you a while because it's very pigmented. A little bit, you know, a little bit of swirl, tap it away, and then just sort of go over it lightly just to bring it together. I pretty much just go with any neutral toned lip color. I simply just use my NYX. This one I'm using Ginger Snap as my liner. And if you want to go with a matte look, you could do that too, but I like my lip glossy, especially in the winter time. So that's the look. Let me know what you guys think of this look. These are my go-to products that I use every single time. If I have to use a contour though, I would use my Fenty Beauty. This is the Match Stick, and this is in the shade Ebony. On a good day, this would take me 20 minutes, but because I'm filming, it's taking about an hour or so. I hope you guys like this video. Please don't forget to like my video as well as subscribe if you get to subscribe. It really will help my channel. And comment down below what were your favorite products that you really loved using, that were your go-to products from 2023, and what are you looking forward to for 2024 when it comes to makeup. Let me know what those products are down below in the comment section, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. And Happy New Year again. Thanks for watching. Bye.